Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Golden Goal Show, the greatest show in, let's just say, in the world, because it is actually the greatest show in the world. And I don't have any other proof, like the Joe Rogan show that can go, screw off and everything. So this is just the best show in the world. Abid, can you please back me up? By the way, I'm introducing Abid back again.
Well, no need to back. I mean, that's a straight fact.
Thank
Nobody
you.
believes that.
Thank you.
Why there's something wrong.
Thank you. You're making me cheer up right now. Don't do this, man. You're gonna hurt my feelings. Okay, but then again, I have another guest on the show. He is a new guy, and introduce yourself, my friend.
So I'm Ben. I'm here on behalf of the Chelsea Social. We're a group that formed originally on Twitter, doing articles and journalism, and then we've developed recently into Instagram and YouTube side of things.
Nice.
I'm here to represent them today.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful club. I don't think any other club is honestly that good. By the way, Ben, we have an enemy on the line right now. If you can guess his club. If you can guess his club.
I'm presuming one of Spurs or Arsenal.
Oh, no.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Did you just say Arsenal? No.
No. He's a part of the. I mean, I think it's honestly one of my most hated clubs. It's the Red Devils.
Oh,
you have to spit twice when you hit when you up. Yep, I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. In our last episode, though, we had an Arsenal fan, and Abid. Damn, he really tore him apart. He made him freaking. He said the words that are forbidden. He said Arsenal has no project, and they were only formed for money. Oh my gosh.
Yes, sir. I heard that.
Yeah, you almost made him cry, man. You can't do that. He has a family. You can't do that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We love to see it. We love the fights. But okay, well, thank you, Ben, for joining. And Abid, let's get right into it. So, this week has been absolutely insane with Euros. Like, like let me go here. The groups they were formed, obviously. Okay, Ben, let me ask you, what do you think is going to be the most difficult group?
It's a difficult one because obviously on paper it looks like Group
Yeah.
F.
Yes, exactly.
But obviously the way they work the system, I do think one of the big three will miss out. I know they do have the third place, like with the most points, the four of them go through, but I'm pretty sure one of them big three won't make it through. I'm edging my bets towards Germany, but we'll see about that one.
Yeah, we will see.
Difficult group. I think, as much as it probably sounds a bit silly, I think Group A will be very close. I think Italy will go through top, no bother. But I think Switzerland, Turkey, and Wales are all on a very sort of similar level.
Yeah,
and I think that will be a good battle between them two to see who goes through in second.
Remind me who's also in the group? Italy, Switzerland, Wales,
Italy,
and
Switzerland,
Turkey, right?
Wales, and Turkey. Yeah, correct. Yeah. The games this week have been absolutely insane. Like, I would honestly be fine with just seeing these for that's probably a lie. With seeing these like for the rest of the month, because these games had action, drama, and sadness in it. If we want to talk about
we all need to start with wishing the speedy recovery for Eriksen.
Yep. The game that made football players cry, of course. Yeah. We don't like Arsenal. I mean, we don't like Tottenham, but still, that guy's a legend to football. And man,
let's talk about humanity.
Yeah, but honestly, like seeing him fall down the pitch and everything, I honestly thought he passed away. I was scared. I was like, "Holy shoot!"
He was dead for seconds.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Credit to Anthony Taylor. The referee and the medical team were absolutely fantastic on it.
Yes,
they fully, and Sim Kajer, they fully saved his life without that.
It just shows how also like improved. And I mean, come on, we also need to say something about Danish captain Simon Kjær. The way he responded, that was amazing leadership. That's a true leadership right there.
That just tells you to be CPR certified. Honestly, like you never know when it comes. You never know.
I'm a CPR certified.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it can save someone's life. You never know when you're gonna need it, and it's very cheap to get. So everybody should get it.
Yeah, true. And let me ask you guys this. Ben, I'll ask you this first. Do you think they should have continued the game? Because let me first say this, that like I know Christian Eriksen, he was talking on FaceTime with the team. He's like, do this for me and do this, like, I'm okay, and like just go play the game. Do you think they should have continued the game?
Well, we had a chat. I had a chat with a lot of the boys from the Chelsea social about it.
Yeah.
And so my main point about it was, I still feel like even though they've asked the players and Eriksen and whoever that they want to carry on, I still think it shouldn't have been a consideration whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Schmeichel make a mistake that realistically wouldn't have made in normal circumstances. The ball was right at him. He should have saved it. That cost them the game, lost them. And it's not about football, really, at the end of the day. But they shouldn't have even considered it. If they leave it a day or a couple of days' time, that's fine. It can be rescheduled and play whenever.
Yeah.
I understand the money side of it from UEFA, but it's somebody's life at the end of the day.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
Eriksen is recovering well, and I'm really happy to hear that now. But still, that must have been such a shock to the system for every player. It shouldn't have been considered at all by UEFA, and they should have just said, look, like the fact that when it was announced as well, I was speaking to my friend and I was like, it's in 20 minutes time from when they announced it.
Yeah.
Just like, can you imagine going through that as a player? You've seen them crying on the pitch thinking one of their teammates has maybe died or is in a really bad condition.
Yeah.
And they've just basically been like, right, you've got to go down to the tunnel and then turn around and play again. I know they had a say in it, which is what's going to save UEFA from any scrutiny, but it's still so difficult. I just don't think it should have been considered in general. They shouldn't have given them the option to play it the same day.
Yeah, I fully agree. Honestly, like I had friends that were saying like, no, it's suspended for sure. Like I was talking to Abid during the whole thing, and he said
I told you they're gonna keep going with it before even the news went.
Yeah, it's just okay. Abid, what do you think?
I mean, I'm talking based on my knowledge with the UEFA and the FIFA. And I told you, and you know that before even they considered like going back with the match, I told you they're gonna keep going with the match. Yeah. And that's just a straight fact from the knowledge that I know about the UEFA and the FIFA, the knowing that they only care about the money, and they really don't care about any human life. And that's why I was with the Super League and against the FIFA and the Champions League idea of changing the Champions League. Because, man, look at the players since COVID hit. They literally had no break at all.
Yep.
Literally, no break at all. And they kept playing matches over and over and over since the COVID. And they only got like 2 weeks break maybe before the season started.
Oh, yeah.
They still kept going. Man, I mean, they are human beings and then they are not machines.
Exactly. Yeah, okay.
And the fact that you couldn't even, stop the game for even like continue it in the next day, that just tells you that they only care about the money and all that instead of, what if he died? Would you say continuing the game?
No, I doubt they would have. They couldn't have done that because that would have just got outraged.
Yeah, of course, because they would have been like backfired. That would have backfired them. But since they knew like he's fine, they took that in their advantage.
That's just terrible to think of it, but. Okay, well, let's just move on swiftly from that because, man, that was almost one of the darkest days in football. I mean, it still honestly was because that's the emotions that were running through everybody's like mind. It was terrible. But okay, well, let's talk about the Euros that just went on. Turkey, Italy. I don't know if any of you guys watched. But I know you watched because
it was a disappointment, honestly.
Yeah, I thought
it was a disappointment.
Yeah,
I expected more from Turkey, honestly, from the way that they've been playing all that. I really expected way more from Italy to see what they just did in the game. I was like, come on, guys. Really? That's all what you got?
Yeah.
They were scared.
I thought they were going to be one of the favorites for the actual group, but 3-0.
I mean, no, they're still. I mean, I told you, Italy is a very strong team too, and you saw that. So it's just Turkey needs to get their, things together and just don't be scared. Don't be scared. Play the way that you play and don't be scared.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think they're going to come back.
Okay. That's a fair prediction. All right. Okay. Let me ask you, Ben. What do you think was like your favorite game of the tournament? If you watched like any of these, what do you think was your favorite one so
Yeah,
far?
so far I've seen everyone bar the Austria Macedonia game. I
You
just
watched the Austria Macedonia game.
I've watched everyone but the Austria Macedonia game because I
And
went out for that one.
you call yourself a football fan. I am absolutely disappointed. Like, delete your
Yeah,
Instagram right now, man.
I know.
I know. I was out for that game as well too, but I like saw it on a stream like across the street. But you know what?
Yeah,
I
3-1.
watched it just because of the meme.
I mean, it was like okay, Albert, tell me about the game. You think this was like okay? You think this was the best game? You think?
Honestly, you're talking about the Macedonia versus Austria.
Yeah.
It was until that game. It was the best game of the tournament.
Yeah, but
Until the amazing
Netherlands,
game between Netherlands and
Netherlands and
Ukraine.
Ukraine. Oh my gosh! Like
crazy.
I'd say
Oh,
the
man.
second half was a bit better than the first half.
You know, games like that just remind me how much I love this game.
Yeah, very true.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Oh, that
That
freaking
kid by
Kurt.
Yarmolenko, man.
Oh
What an
my
amazing
gosh!
kid.
I
What an
jumped.
amazing kid.
I jumped. Oh my gosh,
I
that was.
really thought it hit someone.
You
Because the way
thought
that
it
that curve,
deflected.
yeah, I thought
Mm.
it was a deflection. But man, the way that it like got turned, it's just like unbelievable.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And
But I mean, hey, no surprises from Yarmolenko. I mean, he's used to scoring such a beauties.
yeah, he plays for West Ham, I believe, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, when he used to play for
Oh.
Dortmund.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did he? Man, I didn't.
Yeah, he played for Dortmund
Okay.
for a while.
Okay, so we do have someone of English descent here. What do you think about the England-Croatia game that was supposed to be like the best game so far this week?
It was. See, first 15 minutes. It was pretty poor. As a game on the whole, it was pretty poor. I think first 15 minutes, England looked really, really good, really positive attacking. The pressing was really high intensity. We were winning it back really high up and just able to hit them. And Croatia didn't look like they were offering anything that first sort of 15, 20 minutes. We had quite a few chances and it was in good. Obviously, Phil Foden hit the post. That was sort of very unlucky. I thought he played quite well that first half. And then after that, it went very flat. Even the second half after we'd scored went sort of very flat. It was one of those games where it's over now. Like we've taken the win and we'll move on. There's a few positives. I put a tweet out earlier referencing that I did think Mings in particular, him and Phil really stood out for me. They were kind of unexpected because neither of them would make an ideal England team as such.
Yeah.
You would have thought Maguire and Henderson fitting over them, but obviously Phillips was incredible. We've seen him get a lot of love over Twitter. He was sensational in that middle of the box. He kept Luka Modric really quiet. Mings at the back, really calm, assured. I think Declan Rice, again, was absolutely superb. Just keeping them at bay. We're seeing a lot of the time with Croatia going forward. They've got players like Modric, Kovacic, who can just dribble through players like they're nothing. And Rice kept it really assured there. There was a few players disappointed with.
Brazil scored the first goal. Sorry.
Oh, very nice.
Who scored?
Marquinhos scored for Brazil.
Of course, Marquinhos scores. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. Sorry, continue.
Kane, I just thought he played way too deep. I can understand why, because that's the way he's been playing for Tottenham and dropping in and spraying balls up to Son or Bale. But it really didn't work playing him that deep. Phillips may as well have been playing striker for most of the game. There was nothing up front to play off, no creativity. Sterling, as much as Sterling scored, I did think he had a poor game. Just really rushing at things, didn't look composed on the ball. Again, I thought Foden was good first half, didn't see much of him second half. Rashford came on, also wasn't great. So there wasn't a lot of creativity and there wasn't that spark in attack that we've seen with England recently, which was a little bit annoying, but I feel like changing certain players, I don't think it will drop Sterling now, which is disappointing. But I feel like if he was to drop Sterling and bring in Grealish, who you could tell he was missing today, his creativity and his little movements on the ball.
I hate him so much. I
can't stand playing him. And
me too. Me too.
Whenever we've played Villa, I'm always shouting at Grealish.
He is such a bastard.
He really is. But he's a fantastic player for England. He really is. He's up there with the best, arguably up there with Kane in terms of the impact he can produce. I think
that's a big statement. Okay.
His creativity is so highly missed in that England team that I feel like he can be as important as Harry Kane in terms of transitioning that attack. Not so much finishing it. Obviously, Harry Kane is one of the best strikers in the world. He's by far England's best player, but there was nobody there today that could transition from the sort of attacking midfield. Mount was kind of playing further, and he played quite well. Mason Mount played quite a few good balls over the top. Sterling should have scored one, and Kane should have scored one from Mount's crosses. But like, there was nobody to bring it from the feet of Mount fully into an attack, so it led to Mount having to do a lot of that work, and that's where Jack Grealish really needed. But all in all, I think good win to start off. Good way to start off. Wasn't the best game, but you take the 3 points and you move on to your next game.
It's true.
Well, I mean, I can agree with you more. Honestly, I was really surprised from two things today with the English team. Jack not starting, and that was the worst decision ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, the fact that
let me ask something out really fast. Ben, are you Southgate in, Southgate out, or are you just stalled right now for him?
It's very difficult. After the World Cup last year, it was, everybody was on a high. He was the best man in the world. I think he got an MBE or whatever, because he's very.
He's an average coach. He's an average coach.
Yeah,
he's not even top 20.
Very poor. Very, very, very poor tactically. He's very good with motivation, getting players on his side, working with players personally. But he's very poor tactically. We saw it today. As much as people give him credit on Twitter and say, "Oh, he got it right. He got these decisions right." I still don't think he got it right. How you can leave Luke Shaw or Ben Chilwell out?
I mean, I was just gonna say that before Andrew asked you. Like, the two things that I didn't understand: Trippier starting on the side, but it's not even his side, while you have Luke Shaw, the best in the last season, honestly.
Yeah.
And then not starting with Jack, who is also one of the best, and starting with Raheem, who had a bad season.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it might have worked. Yeah, it might have worked with you today, but I mean, if you're gonna play against a team who has the same quality of players, then the tactic side is gonna matter.
Yeah,
and that's for sure a side that England's gonna lose all day long, because whenever we talk about the World Cup, look at the side that the England had in the World Cup, reaching to semi-final. The first true team that they had, tough, was Croatia, and they lost to it.
Yeah, exactly. He's very, very poor tactically, and it will show at times. And it's a question of how far these players will carry him until I've never backed the tactics of Gareth Southgate, but I have to get behind the players, and as you have to do for an England fan. And it's how far the players can carry him in a tournament. Yes, he could turn around and he could produce a couple of tactical masterclasses and stake his claims, be the England boss on permanent. Can't see it happening personally, but it could happen. But it's how far these players take him. What I don't want to happen is, let's say we get to a quarter-final or a semi-final by individual brilliance. Somebody like Jack Grealish coming up with a great goal. If you get to that stage, he's going to stay on as England boss if we get to something like that, unless we crash and burn. And then we've got to go into the World Cup where
it should be contender for the whole tournament. So anything less than that is going to be, honestly, a failure.
Exactly, and going into the World Cup with probably our best team we've had in quite a while. If you look at recent years, Since probably 2008, 2006-ish, this is probably the best team we've had. We've got brilliant young talents, Mace, Foden.
It's like the
Grealish,
2002,
Sancho.
2003 all over again with
Yeah,
Steven
yeah.
Gerrard and Scholes, Lampard.
And I just feel like it's going to get wasted again at the next World Cup, and it'll get to the point where these players will just go out of it.
So who do you think should manage the England team?
It's always a difficult one with England because it's never get a good manager in. It's just get whoever will manage England in. Roy Hodgson, as much as I can give him credit at Palace, he's a very low down team manager. He's very good at teams like Palace, not very good at England. We haven't had a real good coach for so long, and it's difficult. Off the top of my head, obviously the ideal one is somebody like, and people would disagree, but Arsene Wenger, I think would do a great job, but I don't think he would go anywhere near the England squad. It's difficult because now it seems like majority of teams, and probably rightly so, are aiming to get in coaches from their home nations.
What about Arsene Wenger?
National team. I rate Wenger as a manager on the whole. We've seen him at Arsenal, and I think he dragged it on a bit towards the end. He had his problems, and that happened.
But I still believe he's a good coach too.
I think
manage the England team.
Yeah, I think he would do a fantastic job as England manager. Whether he'd take the job, I highly doubt it. But I think he would do a great. He's got the experience. He's got the tactical knowledge. He's not stupid. He knows a good player when he sees him. He could be the one, but it'd be one, difficult to get him in two.
And he knows the league with the players
exactly.
too.
He knows the caliber of players he wants, but it'd be so difficult to bring him in the situation that we're in, because as I said, if Southgate does half decent in this Euros, they'll keep him on for the World Cup. Yeah. If he does,
he definitely needs to be kicked out, because we got used to England being the top of the qualifications, the beast team, doing everything they can do in the qualifications. Then whenever they get to the real deal, they always drop low.
Yeah. It's so disappointing because I feel like caliber of players wise, I feel like, and probably bold statement, but I feel like we could win it with the right manager. We've got
you can win this Euro with the right manager. I totally believe that.
Yeah.
You have players who play in different sides. Yeah, you have literally players who can play in several positions and still deliver something like I don't see a lot in other teams.
And that's what I mean with like the brilliance of individuals could be what carries Southgate through. Whether he goes on and somehow they win it, he obviously he'll stay on and whatever. We'll look past Southgate from there, but they do have the players who could carry him very, very far, and he's very fortunate to have that. So he has to react, and even just something simple, picking the right team. Sterling has been off form, looked terrible nearly every game he played. Champions League final, he may as well not have been there.
Yeah,
and he plays, and he grabs a goal, which fair enough, nice goal. Played very poorly rest of the game, and I said it earlier on my Twitter. He will. Yeah. I guarantee play majority of games now for England throughout the Euros. He could go and be awful, but he scored one, and he will keep playing like he did at the World Cup. He's really bad at selecting a team, and it's so frustrating being an England fan. And
no, you're right. I mean, I believe that's every English fan have the same thoughts as you. Not seeing Jack Grealish today was really surprising. Really, really surprising.
I was good.
And Raheem starting. I mean, you could have started with Rashford. Could have even got less hate compared to Raheem between all the other people.
Exactly. I'd started anybody over Sterling on current form, and it'll make him look in a good light because Sterling scored and it was his decision.
And let's be honest. I mean, Croatia literally wasn't even trying.
Yeah,
today.
No, Croatia were poor. They were there for the taking today.
I didn't understand what was going on. I mean, if they, really meant to play, they could have got something out of this game.
Yeah, definitely made a fight for it. Okay, well, I mean, at least we don't have Hansi
But
Flick.
hey, guys, don't forget that this group, whoever qualifies from this group, is gonna play the teams from the other group that
Yeah.
has Germany, France, Portugal. So hey, this might be a tactic to
Yeah, maybe.
lose this game.
You never
Yeah,
know.
honestly, I'm very worried about that because I think I don't think we have any chance of beating France. They are my firm favourites to win it.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Germany, strangely, I would back us against. Portugal, I think, will be a very, very close game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's where I talk about individual brilliance, I think, could really come into factor there. One moment against Portugal, they've got some fantastic players.
They do.
But they've also got some weak
Ben,
points.
let me just tell you something. Tuesday is going to be a special day for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Guess who's in Hungary?
Oh yeah, your game
right
yeah,
now.
Yeah, your game with Portugal. Portugal
Mhm.
versus Hungary. Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a great game, and I am going, and I am making a little
nice.
vlog for it. So hopefully
Very
it'll
nice.
turn out pretty cool. And I've never been to a Euro game, so
Yeah, man.
actually,
Get me Cristiano's signature.
yeah, fuck
And
that, bro.
Bruno.
No, I'm going for
Can't
Hungary for
forget
this
Bruno.
one, man. I want Hungary
Still
to
get
upset
me
Portugal.
I don't care. Still give me the signature.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be fun, hopefully, and I hope there's an upset that Hungary can do. I just hope it's not a boring game.
Yeah.
I can only hope it's not a boring game, but yeah, okay. What are we thinking about the next couple of games coming up? Poland, Slovakia. I don't know. That could be a close game, honestly. They both have some like decent play. I mean, let me say decent. Lewandowski. Yeah.
Hamsik versus Lewandowski.
Yep. And then Spain versus Sweden. Oh yeah, sorry, I skipped Scotland and Czech Republic.
Scotland Czech Republic will be a good game, I think, because the Scots come into it with they have some great players, but again,
but they lack the experience.
Yeah, they do. They've got certain brilliant players.
The Scottish Iniesta.
Lots of
excuse me.
They have Billy Gilmore, who's arguably their best player, and they've got good players like Andy Robertson.
Yeah, that's true.
McTominay. They've got really good little players, but they will struggle. And we'll have to see if they play as a team. Czech Republic are very similar. They've got some good little players in there. They've got Patrick Schick up front. He can be an alright player at times. They've got talent, but they're like Scotland. They've got weaknesses. So it'd be an interesting game to see that.
Yeah. And then we got Spain, Sweden. That should be. I'm so disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed Zlatan's not playing. Oh man, I'm so sad that he's not playing.
It's a real shame that, honestly.
Damn.
Absolutely gutted for him.
Yeah, and then France, Germany, of course. That's gonna be. I want to watch that game so bad. Oh my gosh, but I don't know if I'll have Wi-Fi to watch that game. So, France is gonna be my favorite team for the tournament. So, yeah.
By far.
That's always gonna be the game of the tournament.
Yeah, well, maybe you never know. It could be a 0-0 boring game,
true.
but then again, Hansi Flick is a bit of a doof and a mess up. So we never know. You never know.
No, he's not gonna be the coach. That's gonna be Joachim Löw.
Yeah, it's
Oh shoot, you're right. Yeah, it's Yogi Love, Mr. Sniffy Pants. Okay, yeah. We don't talk about that guy. And then match day 2, Finland, Russia. Finland. That could be a close game. I don't know. Russia disappointed me so much. I wanted Russia to do well because in 2018 they get lucky, but then again they are so freaking fierce when it comes to like fighting for the game. Oh my gosh,
Well, I was surprised, honestly. I thought they were banned.
Banned?
Yeah, because of the steroids and all that.
Okay, well, I did not hear about that, but okay, that's
yeah. That's I was like kind of surprised because I know they're not gonna be playing for the qualification for the World Cup.
Okay, damn. Ben, do you know about that?
Honestly, not heard anything about that.
Okay, well, we got this guy on the inside for everything, so it's okay. Okay.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have Agent Dimitri today.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. Ben, you will one time meet Agent Dimitri. He is he literally brought Messi from. He's not actually. Oh my gosh. I did an episode with Dimitri while he was a little. Let's just say he was a little informational. Okay, that's just stupid saying that. He was a bit more truthful. I can say this. And he told a story about how he discovered Messi in the slums of Italy and how he brought him to Argentina in a box. Oh, that's going to be an interesting episode that I don't know if I want to release. We'll see. Okay, but yeah. Honestly, I think the games for the next, I haven't been really disappointed with any games this far this year. I want to say England, Croatia, but it was still it was a decent game. It wasn't 0-0. There hasn't been a 0-0 game. That's been absolutely painfully boring.
Well, two games that honestly disappoint me. Italy versus Turkey.
I mean, they scored freaking what's his name?
No, I mean it's not about the goals. It's about the performance of Turkey that disappointed me.
Yeah, it's but at
also,
least they had goals. At least they had goals.
Yeah, and also Finland versus Denmark. But I mean,
yeah, let's not talk about that game because that was just a depressing game in total. Yeah, and
but I mean, even before it, I mean, the game wasn't that good.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Okay, well let's go on to football memes of the week. Yes, the memes. Brought to you by Troll Football and Football Memes for the Lads. Thank you. And let's reveal Emil Heskey. What do you have to say? Okay, Benzema injured friendlies just before the Euros. Oh no, Giroud scores 2 goals. Anyway, this guy's from Top Gear. Is his name Pierce? I should know this. Oh my gosh, I feel embarrassed that I said that. Okay, but is he from Top Gear though?
Yeah.
Okay.
To show the cards.
Okay, yeah. Okay, well, next, I mean, Benzema, honestly, do you think he'll be ready to go in the next coming games, or do you think he's going to be out?
He's going to be ready for the he's going to be ready for the first
game. Ready, yeah.
Okay, that's good. But we got the goat Giroud in, so thank you, Giroud. And he's only 5 goals.
I still rather see Giroud in the field.
Yeah, he is a sexy man, so I would love to see him.
I totally believe Giroud is one of the most underrated players in the last 2 years.
Fair statement. Very fair statement, honestly. And okay, let's go to meme number 2. I'm sure we love this because we hate Tottenham. Harry Kane, become me in Fortnite. Let's go. He finally showed up in a big game, lads. That's amazing. I'm so proud of him. He achieved anything. This is the best thing of his career, I think. I honestly don't know if he has peaked. He has obviously peaked with this. Okay. Swiftly moving on. Thank you, Harry Kane. And the last meme. This is going to be a fun little game. Okay, Ben, let's have you go
all
first.
The memes today?
Yeah.
Because
no, that's going to be my vlog is going to be the extra time thing. So we'll be good with that. Yeah. Okay, and then you have 6 pounds to pick the perfect midfield trio. Who are you picking? Ben, I'll let you go first.
First name I want to shoot Frank Lampard by country mile. Second one, close between Vieira and Kante, but I'm going to give Vieira. Absolutely brilliant player in his day, Vieira. And third one, we'll go Iniesta, I think.
Okay.
It's a close one between him and Zidane. Obviously, Zidane is fantastic, one of the best players to ever play football. But for the sake of this, I'd class him as more of a sort of attacking midfielder. So I'd go Iniesta on this one. Okay.
Well, that's so you said Frank Lampard, Vieira, and Iniesta, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good choice. Okay, let me hear what you have to say. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you know my opinion about Xavi and Iniesta.
Yeah, of course I do.
Since you need 3 players, I will have to sacrifice and say Kante, Iniesta, and De Bruyne.
Really? Okay. Well, that's a Kante, Iniesta, De Bruyne. Okay, okay. For me, I'm gonna choose the best squad you guys have ever heard. Okay, ready? Busquets, Gerrard, Raquelme. Hear me out. With the other million, we can get the GOAT, if you know who he is. Peter Crouch, if you've heard of him. No, Peter Crouch. What are you talking about? Dude, Peter Crouch.
Just said
He's
Peter Crouch.
okay. You know, right? Yeah, sorry. Okay.
You know, he's a forward.
Yeah,
Absolute legend.
he can do everything. He's an absolute legend. Like, have you seen him like in his days playing for Stoke City? If I'm correct. If I didn't get that right, please. Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yes, he played in Stoke City.
The Champions League, he could have won, but his team just let him down. Honestly, like, it's sad. Like he honestly could have been on the FIFA Legends. Like, if you opened a walkout with Peter Crouch, he wouldn't even fit on the screen. First of all, but he would. I would cry. I would cry if he was a choice. Okay, let's be real now. I would, I would want to pick. Let's see. Oof, Iniesta for one, obviously. I want. Oh, I'm very right now cross between De Bruyne and Lampard, which is probably like Ben. You'd probably want to shoot me right now, but it's okay. Okay, Lampard, of course. It'd have to be Lampard. I have to stick with the Chelsea legend. And then I'm going to pick, of course, my favorite. The reason I do love France in the first place. Kante. You know what? Actually, I could say Makelele, but no, Kante, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that was my choice. What do you think's the best choice of what we all said?
I believe my choice.
Okay, well, of course, yeah. Thank you, Barcelona fan. Your insights are just lovely. Ben, I'm sure you're gonna say.
If you're talking about Barca, I mean, I only picked one Barca player.
Yeah. Why don't you just pick Xavi and Iniesta and Busquets?
No, because you only have 6 euros.
I mean, you are Barcelona, so you can afford everything, I guess. So it's
no. I
whatever
believe Kante, De Bruyne, and Iniesta is gonna be a better duo than Kante, Xavi. Sorry,
Okay.
Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets. That's my opinion.
Okay. Well, and then Ben, I'm sure you think yours is the best, and that's probably
got a black way.
Yeah, I didn't watch Vera back in the day, so I don't know how he. I mean, I did watch games with him, obviously, but I never toned in on him like how he was or anything. But hey, that was good, fair little game. Okay, well, guys, okay, wait, actually, Copa America. What's the score right now, Arvin?
Let me check. I know Brazil is winning the game. Yeah, 1-0. Oh,
okay.
Barca planning to play the one gun per game against Juve. Messi.
What? Okay. Oh yeah. I obviously wanted to talk about this. Really quick. We'll do this for like a little bit. Transfers. What are we saying with transfers besides Depay and Tomori? I know that's going to upset Ben right now. Tomori going to AC Milan. Another Chelsea player going, and then he's going to come back to another team in what's it called? Another team in England, Man City, Liverpool. Oh my gosh! But it's okay. Kevin De Bruyne was supposed to come back and haunt us, but I don't know. He doesn't have a Champions League trophy to say anything about it. Haha. But seriously, losing to Tomori, that's going to be shocking, and then maybe losing Conor Gallagher also to Palace. Maybe.
Yeah,
it's
interesting.
a maybe.
I'm sort of in the position I'm in terms of the Chelsea social being involved in Chelsea Twitter. I'm involved a lot around transfers, transfer news. You get some unreliable stuff, and you're like, that's complete crap.
You think that's unreliable, the whole Palace Conor Gallagher thing?
I'm not too sure on that situation. I think they will definitely bid. I think they will, and I think there was another team. I think it might have been Norwich who was told we were
Norwich. Oh yeah, sure. He's gonna go there.
which I was told they bid for. I don't see Chelsea accepting it. I think Connor's situation at the club is he wants to come back. He wants a pre-season, as does many players. I could go on talking about Chelsea transfers for hours and hours, but
it's okay.
He can go on. And he will want a pre-season. His heart's set on Chelsea, as is every young player at Chelsea, realistically. Yeah. Tomori, the only exception because of what we've seen happen behind the scenes, which makes sense in my eyes.
I'm happy for Milan, honestly, since I can't sign such a player.
And they want Giroud as well, which might be true. I hope that's not true.
Yeah, because it is true. But I mean, hey, I'm happy that an English player can succeed in Italian league, which is
Yeah.
Very,
Okay.
very hard to.
And then also, Depay, is he going to Barcelona?
I'm
so.
pretty sure he will. Yeah.
You know what?
So,
Watching him today was like I don't usually watch him
was a
at all.
disappointment.
I thought he was decent. Honestly,
I thought he was
decent.
I thought he doesn't fit the system.
Mm.
He's really like any other player Barca had in the last years since Neymar left. Just a good player.
Yeah, I
didn't see him make the difference today. That's my point. You need a player that's gonna make the difference, not just a good player. Like for example, Wijnaldum. You saw how Wijnaldum made the difference today.
Yeah. Okay. And what other transfers you got on the mind? What do you think right now? Abed or Ben, do you have any other transfer news? Do you think that's possibly going to happen?
I know Barca are looking for a defense, like a world-class defense player, and also hear the rumors that Pep Guardiola is offering Barca players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Cancelo.
I'm surprised he hasn't said this, but Sancho, where he going?
Sancho, United. We all know that last year.
Yeah.
You think he's gonna go there? Really?
Unless
not even a question.
they fumble it like they did last time, he will.
I don't think this time. I think they learned their lesson.
They know the situation. United have never had a good transfer team. You saw it last year. All they had to do was pay the money, and they did ruin their relationships with Dortmund. And I think the problem this time is they do have a cut-off, so if they don't pay it by a certain date, Dortmund would just say that they don't need to sell him Dortmund. But as long as they meet, I think there's like 11 million difference between the two. As long as they meet the valuation set by Dortmund, he would go. For sure, United. Chelsea, from what I know, were interested.
Holland. Sorry, I had to clear my throat right there. Or Hakimi, excuse me. And Hakimi as well.
Yeah, the agent fees were a big problem at Sancho. Hakimi, again, from what I've been hearing recently, looks like PSG are pulling out. They are looking at Serge Aurier from Tottenham, which is a good sign for us. Hakimi, we did put a bid in for. It's been quite well reported.
I don't think
we'll end up getting him.
I don't think PSG is gonna drop Hakimi's
really
deal. Okay. Yeah, I think they're gonna get him to the end. I don't think Chelsea's gonna win Hakimi.
You never know. You never know. I just want our. I mean, wait. You said Serge Aurier, right?
Yeah. They're linked with.
Is this the one with the very, very, very pretty girlfriend?
Yeah, I mean,
okay,
they all do. They all do.
Yeah, but not her. She's different. Let's talk about something else though. But what do you think about Holland?
Yeah.
Where's he going?
Nowhere.
You staying?
Nowhere. This season, nowhere.
This could be a big one because the situation
no one has the money.
Is Dortmund know that as soon as it reaches next season, he will go for 80 million or 89 million or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They want 150.
Every team will play.
Chelsea, and I can't blame him. If Dembele is 1.5,
Chelsea will go in. Chelsea will pursue. I can tell you that for free. They will go after him like mad.
I think he's gonna ruin his career if he joins Chelsea.
No, don't say that.
Off the back of winning the Champions League, they're going to try and make a big signing. That is evident.
With all due respect to Chelsea, in my opinion, if Bayern had Lewandowski fit, without any injuries, there is no way that tournament would have left Bayern hands. And I stand with that.
What do you say?
If Bayern had Lewandowski in this Champions League and they didn't lose them against PSG for the injury, they would have won by everything.
I don't know about that, fam, but it's okay.
It's a broad statement because
it's a broad statement.
I think when it comes to the Champions League, it's a lot about consistency. I know they missed Lewandowski in them big fixtures against PSG, and it clearly showed because they definitely would have picked PSG, but it's whether they would have been as consistent against
They also lost to
PSG second leg,
Gnabry.
Man City, and stuff like
Gnabry?
that. Would have been an
They also
interesting
lost to
final.
Gnabry, so they lost 2 players against
Huh.
PSG.
It's okay. I mean, all
No,
that
when you look
matters
at the
is-
numbers, the year before that, Gnabry and Lira were the 2 most scorers in the Champions League tournament.
I mean, that's their fault. They couldn't have been injured. They could have got better or something like that.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Injuries happen. Realistically,
Yeah.
every team has
Get
missed
up.
players this season through injuries, and we've missed players in big games through injuries. We've been somewhat lucky towards the end of the Champions League campaign, but God, we missed Kante for a lot of the season through injuries. Pulisic,
True.
5 vital players we've missed due to injury. Havertz got COVID, so he was out for ages, and then he got an injury. These big players we've missed off. Injuries happen in football. As much as we can say that, okay, maybe a fully fit Bayern probably would have beat PSG, if we're being honest. Would have given it if we go against Man City. Then whatever happens in the final happens in the final. At the end of the day, it's Champions League final. But
Well, City, I still believe City costed themselves the championship, the way that their coach played the game.
yeah.
That's true.
So,
Okay.
I think it's just Pep Guardiola.
yeah, that's Pep
Yep.
then.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the episode, guys. That was a little. How long we been? Oh, okay. I
That was
apologize.
a
Ben.
40 minutes episode.
I apologize, Ben.
Yeah, I just
okay.
didn't finish my gym session.
Oh, God,
Oh
it's
my
been running
gosh.
for ages.
Okay. Well, hey, at least it's a good thing we can talk and stuff like that. But okay. Well, you guys got anything else to say?
I want to hear your prediction who's going to win the Euro.
Oh, Ben's gonna say it's coming home.
No, I mean, I want a realistic opinion.
As much as I'd love to say England, it's not going to happen. Let's be real. I think it's just got France printing all over it. Really, they've just got too many good players. They work so well as a team.
Yeah.
Benzema, Mbappe, and Griezmann as a strike force is the best in Europe by a country mile.
Yep.
Kante, Pogba, and whoever else plays in midfield, whether it be Rabiot, Tolisso, whoever.
I think France is going to get upset with this championship. Really? France is going to, yeah.
It could happen.
The way that they won the World Cup was we play defense and we play counterattacks.
Yeah.
Which worked amazing. I mean, I can't blame it. But for now, the teams already know how they play. So even the teams who play with an offensive side, they just started giving the ball to France and you attack. Which showed in the last game for France that they are struggling to score.
I mean, that was a friendly, honestly. We can't say that they were honestly trying their hardest for it. Come on.
I'm not just talking about the friendly.
friendlies.
I'm not just talking about the friendly games. I'm just talking the last couple of years of the qualifications for the Euro and even that nation tournament, or I don't recall its name.
Yeah.
They didn't even make it. So
ultimately, we'll see what happens on Tuesday night.
That's true.
Let's end the episode for now.
All right, Ben, you got anything else to say, my dude?
No, it's all good from me. Thank you. It's been a pleasure joining you today.
Thank you, Abid. Okay, well, guys, thank you for watching the Golden Goal Show. Thank you, Abid, my friend. You did a great job. And Ben, thank you very much for joining here. And this has been the Golden Goal Show. Like, subscribe, and share it, please. This is a long freaking episode. Watch this to go to sleep. Hey, watch it just to wake up. You never know. Sell it for your alarm. Thank you guys for watching. And as we always say at the show, one love football, everybody. Yes. Okay. Ben, did you say one love football? Because if you didn't, oh my gosh.
One love football.
Okay, there we go. We love to hear it. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching, and bye.